Hey guys, Mike with Wildlife Sport. Last week we did a bait video on fish bait for ice fishing. This week I'm going to come at you with a dirt bait video, or that's what I call it anyway. Worms, different kinds of little jig worms, larvae, stuff like that. We're going to start off today with the 3 different sizes of worms that we have. It's trout worms, dillies, and then night crawlers. Basically all the same thing, except that they're 3 different sizes. So your trout worms are your smallest ones. Small worm about that size. And we'll pull out a dilly and we'll measure those up to them as they get a little bit bigger in thickness. You got your dillies right there. And then your big guys, your night crawlers, right there. And keep in mind, these worms will stretch out a little bit. Generally, you can use all of these worms for basically the same species. Obviously, your night crawlers are going to take a little bit bigger fish. Your dillies I'll use for just about everything. Brook trout, rainbow trout, all kinds of panfish and bass. And then your trout worms, again, panfish, smaller species that you're going after. And those are the 3 sizes of worms that we carry here at the store. Moving on from that, we're going to go into our different larval stage baits, starting with mealworms. And mealworms are the most popular. We sell more of these than we sell of any other species of larval bait. Just a small, not really maggot, but bigger type worm or larva. Fish is great for trout and panfish. I wacky rig them. I put the hook right through the middle of the worm so that it dangles on both sides. Occasionally you'll get into a situation where your crappie and your white perch are sucking it off the hook, in which case I suggest threading it onto the hook and putting the whole grub on the hook. But that's your mealworm right there. Next up, we have mousies. Mousies are a really funny bait. This is the first year we've ever carried them. They are the larva of a drone fly, usually found in very stagnant, swampy type water, sewage, stuff like that. Unfortunately, they're not moving around too much for us today. I'll pull out a couple more. They got that long tail on the end of them. They work great when you put them on the end of a jig for any type of panfish. That's the main attraction to the mousie. And then finally, what we have in stock right now is spikes. Spikes are the 2nd most popular larva that we sell. They're awesome for panfish. Trout fishermen will use them too. They come in a pack of about 50. And that's them right there. We always suggest warming them up. As you can get a look at the can right here, you can see that as they're starting to warm, they're starting to move quite a bit more. When they're cold, they don't really move at all. So I tell most ice fishermen, you can see these ones on my hand, how they're already starting to really get going. I tell most ice fishermen, when keeping these on them during ice fishing, keep them inside your snow pants, against your body. Keep them warm, keep them lively. That gets them going. There's one other species that we do sell on occasion, and they're called waxies. The guys that like waxies, they fish them, and that's the one they're going to choose every time. Unfortunately, that demographic of guys is a little bit smaller, so we don't always have them in stock. Right now, I don't have any to show you. They're pretty much like a spike or a mealworm, just a little bit bigger than a spike. They look very similar. That's all our dirt bait that we have right here. If you have any questions, come on down. We'll take care of you. Thanks for watching the video. And hey, I'm supposed to say this. Please subscribe on my YouTube channel so we can get some subscriptions going there. Thanks a lot. Have a good one.